Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy BB2727 here, and today we got a pretty big rant video for the new SML video called Junior Scary Bump. This video is legitimately one of the worst videos Logan has ever put out, and I was gonna do a collab for this video, but I actually want to just do it standalone, just because I like feel like a collab might be too long, might be too messy. Um, but I want to just really focus on this myself and just do this video because this video is legit one of his worst videos he's ever made. It's not only the worst video of the year, but it is like probably a top 10 worst SML videos ever. But so basically the plot of it is already so awful. Everything in this character is a zero. Like everything about, this character, my bad. Everything about this video is a zero. I can't even get my words straight. This is how shitty this fucking video is, man. So the plot's a zero. The characters are zero. Everything is a zero in this episode. It is legitimately one of those worst videos he's ever made. I'll get into the plot. The plot of it is that Junior cheats on Penelope. So if you guys don't know, for a while now, Junior and Penelope have been dating, right? They started dating back in like September. Now, this has been like an actual canon like thing that has happened in the channel's history. It's actually changed up kind of the format a little bit. It's been really good, and most people have responded positively to it. Some people responded pretty negative. Me personally, I really like the relationship change. I really like how they, changed that with Junior and Penelope. Instead of just fighting all the time, they actually got together because he's had a crush on her for years and hours since she's been introduced, and it was kind of building up. A lot of people didn't see it that way, though. They figured, oh, well, this doesn't make any sense why they're dating, or oh, this is forced, or why would Logan do this? This doesn't make any sense. Like, it does when you actually have watched all the videos for the past couple of years and like certain, every now and then there'd be an episode focusing on this type of plot, with them trying to get together, Junior like doing whatever he could, right? So it makes sense that someday they would end up together, right? But anyways, so that happened, and now they just completely fucking ruined the entire plot of that. They destroyed that entire idea. And there's not really much potential to save it or fix it. The SML question actually asked if people want them to be back together, but there isn't much you could do to redeem what happens in this god-awful video. So anyways, the reason I also hate this video so much is that they ruined Junior. They ruined my favorite character, the most relatable character, funny character, my favorite of all time. They ruin him. They make him worse than he's ever been. He's been racist, he's been crazy, he's done a lot of crazy shit over the years, but this is pretty bad. So basically, Cody brings over this like goth chick who's like from the streets, and then Junior wants to start making out with her and starts simping really hard for her, so he gets Cody out of the room. Then Joseph starts encouraging him and like hyping him up. He's like his hype man and shit, which is really fucked up. Joseph's always on his side, but he's like way too happy about this horrible act that Junior's gonna commit. So then he like gets him to do it. Junior obviously starts making out with this chick, and she's like a complete slut. And then Cody comes back, and they stop, and then she leaves. And then the next morning, basically, Junior wakes up with a pimple on his face. Also, but before this happens, he lies straight to Penelope. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not cheating on you, whatever, right?" So the next morning, he wakes up with a pimple on his face, and he thinks it's herpes. He just believes it's herpes because Chef Pee tells him like, "Oh yeah, it's a cold sore. Like you got that from like some dirty chick or something, right?" So Chef Pee kind of tells him about it. He freaks out. And then he tells Cody, and he goes to the hospital. And then there's this whole thing with Brooklyn guy. He lies to Brooklyn guy too because he asked him if he's like, he doesn't tell him the whole story of why he got the pimple or like why he may think he has herpes, right? Some shit like that. So he lies to him. The entire fucking thing is just so shitty. The entire video is so fucking shitty because the jokes aren't even funny. You're pissed off the whole time because he's just ruined a perfectly good relationship with someone who genuinely loves him, and he's acting way out of character. It's not that out of character. Like, Junior's an ass, yeah, but it's pretty bad. So even the stuff with Brooklyn guy in the hospital just isn't funny. And then you have the annoying ass nurse that keeps coming in and yelling about some patients dying, which is supposed to be the ha 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 of the video, like the funny relief of the plot, but it's not funny. It's annoying because every time Brooklyn guy tries to speak, she comes in there and is yelling about shit. It just isn't funny. She's just not a funny character. So then, which that's a minor nitpick, I guess, sure, but still, it's stupid. It's really annoying. And then finally, basically he goes through all this bullshit where he wants to check for herpes and then he can't do it the one way Brooklyn guy is suggesting, so they have to do it another way because Junior's lying and he doesn't want him to figure this out of how he cheated on his own daughter, which you guys somehow don't know. Penelope is Brooklyn guy's daughter. That was like years ago when they told us that, but yeah, for anyone new here, that is his daughter. But basically he leaves the hospital and then he comes home and then his friends are there. Funny how that was a Genshin Impact ad because you remember that sponsored video from months ago. Anyways, I'm just pissed off reviewing this. I'm pissed off reviewing this video. It's so bad. I'm changing my score to a 0. I gave it a 1 last night. If some of you guys may know that, I gave this shit a 0. This is a 0. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's a 0. So I'm just not happy reviewing this, man. It's so fucking bad. Okay, all right. Anyways, he goes home, his friends are there, and then, they're talking, and he's telling them, hey, guys, I basically got herpes, and Cody figures this out, and he's like, you cheated on Penelope, so, and then he knows that now, and he's freaking out about it a little bit, but he's not even getting that mad at him. I feel like years ago, Cody would have been screaming at him, getting super pissed. Now he just doesn't really give a shit. Cody just doesn't care, which is sad to see that. Penelope comes over there, sees the pimple on his face, he tries hiding it from her, and then eventually, all shit kind of breaks loose, right? Cody tells Penelope about this, Junior's trying to cover it up, then he gets a call from her dad, and then the Brooklyn guy's like, oh, well, you don't have herpes, it was just a pimple, and he's like, and then this is so fucked up, right? So he knows he doesn't have herpes, so then this is when he decides, hey, let me tell Penelope the truth, right, about what happened. So he tells her it, and then he starts thinking like everything's okay because he didn't have herpes. And he's like, oh yeah, everything's good, we can stay together. Like, no, bro, you cheated on her, bro. You destroyed the entire relationship. And, what's sad is I actually got happy when I thought he had herpes because I thought, that's his karma for just cheating and ruining a perfectly good relationship that he wanted for years, bro. Years this was building up. So, anyways, he's doing all this shit. He's telling her the truth, and she's freaking out on him because, yeah, obviously, he just cheated on her. She's not going to be just cool with it because he doesn't have herpes. Like, oh, you don't have herpes, woohoo, like, whatever. You cheated on her. So she breaks up with him, and she leaves. And then they make a stupid joke about, like, something about his pimple and how it's not herpes or something like that. And then he's like, oh, semi-chub. And him and Joseph are saying semi-chub, and then, like, it ends. Such a stupid joke at the end. It's just so dumb. I don't even remember the joke. That's how fucking dumb it was. This video is a 0. It is one of the worst videos from Logan I've ever watched. The hospital scene isn't funny. It's annoying. The plot of it's so dark, I feel like, because it's like, and I don't mean dark in like a Saw, kind of way where they're killing people. I mean dark in like a, wow, you just made Junior like one of the worst characters in terms of like how he is as a person, I guess, and you just also like ruined a perfectly good relationship. Like everything kind of falls to shit. Everything kind of goes to shit in this episode. And it's just sad. It's a very sad feeling. But yeah, it's a 0. It's terrible. Logan, please, like, if you're gonna fix this, you need to come up with a good way to fix this garbage. You're gonna need to come up with a really good way if you want Junior and Penelope to be back together, because this is horrible. So yeah, that's my rant. It's over. Like, subscribe, hit your boy up later. I got a stream coming out till later tonight. Probably gonna play in some Minecraft, and yeah, take care. Peace out.